I know myself. If I have to deal with an old man, at the end, maybe I'm more powerful than him. What about if he come and die on top of me? And they say, yes, I sex one man, he die on top of me.
This old lady is taking guys' numbers. Look at that, she just got one. Older folks live here. They come out in the morning and evening, look for a partner on the beach, and then head back to their apartment. Guys, I just showed it live, how these bumpsters confidently walk up to old ladies, chatting them up, and now, whichever lady finds him attractive will take him along. These beaches, resorts, and restaurants are not just tourist attractions. They're a hotspot for older white men and women, looking for younger partners, for short-term romance or companionship. She wasn't even 18, and a white man from England paid her family, basically buying her from them. He married her with false promises of a better life, only to take advantage of her. When she refused, he resorted to drugging her food to control her. And in the end, he fled to the UK, leaving her behind broken and helpless. Welcome to a new video from the Gambia, the smallest country on mainland Africa. Located on the Atlantic coast of Western Africa, this country is surrounded by Senegal on three sides, with an 80-kilometer-long coastline to the west, where it meets the Atlantic Ocean. A single river runs through the heart of this country, stretching over 350 kilometers in length. With an area of 11,360 square kilometers, Gambia is home to about 2.5 million people. Gambia was a British colony, and on 18 February 1965, it became independent from the UK. Senegal, its neighboring country, was a French colony, which is why French is spoken there, while Gambia continues to use English as its official language. In today's video, I'm going to show you the dark truth of Gambia. 300 years ago, the British came here to buy slaves, but today, they come here to find young partners. I just got into a taxi. Gambia is the closest English-speaking country to the UK, and it's also one of the very few countries that start with D despite having such a short name. Guys, Gambia is called the smiling coast of Africa for two reasons. First, its shape makes it look like Senegal is the face and Gambia is the teeth, almost like Senegal is smiling. Second, the people here are always cheerful and smiling no matter what time of the day you see them. Thank you. And guys, did you know that Gambia is well known for its three S's? Sun, sand, and the third one, well, I'm sure you've guessed it. In Gambia, many elderly visitors come, mainly from the UK and European countries like the Netherlands, Germany, Sweden, and even from France or America. They often seek companionship with younger partners. Most of the time, it's older women looking for young men, but there are also some older men searching for much younger women, often forming short-term relationships during their stay. And here, you'll find plenty of hotels, apartments, resorts, and beaches. Many visitors rent apartments for an entire month, returning here every year for a few weeks. They stay with their partners and spend their time exactly the way they planned. You'll see numerous apartments near the beaches. See that? An older person now on their way back to their apartment. And where exactly do these people meet? How does this whole system work? What really goes on behind closed doors? What kind of promises do they make to the young men and women here? And why do the local youth become a part of this? Stay with me as we dive deep into it all in today's video. And right now, we're heading to a beach where it all begins. In today's video, I'll be joined by Sara, who is here to help me uncover everything.
Hello.
So, something similar happened with Sara as well. I won't reveal her real name for privacy reasons, but she was deceived multiple times. In fact, she was married off at a very young age. But the moment her so-called husband got what he wanted, he left her and went back to England, despite the fact that she was underage at that time. Today, we'll also hear Sara's story. She'll show us where and how these people meet. Look at this beach. I can see elderly men in their 60s and 70s, even older, walking hand in hand with girls who are just 18 or 19. And it's not just men, even women as old as 70. At the resort where I'm staying, I see it all the time. Older women with young, fit Gambian guys, my age. And these guys aren't just with them. They're holding their hands, walking around like couples. They take great care of them and treat them like queens. So today, we'll uncover everything. How it's affecting their society, making things worse, and why even the government is concerned. And this is actually called sex tourism, and because of it, their society is starting to crumble, affecting families, culture, and the youth's future. Hey Sara, what's the name of this beach?
Fajara.
This is Fajara Beach, man. It's absolutely beautiful. Gambia's beaches are amazing, and since it's safer than many other African countries, Europeans prefer it as their destination. Plus, the people here are super friendly. Look at this. You can see it for yourself. All you can see are older people around. See that? A much older woman with a young Gambian guy.
Sometimes it hurts when you say my name.
How often do you see these old ladies with young men? Do you see them every day?
Yeah, they come to
work with them, we stay with them. Some of them, they get married. You
Yeah.
see a young old lady married with a young girl.
Yeah.
A young boy, you see the old pa married with a young girl.
Yeah.
So it's
Some of them
normal
get married, and
Yeah.
some of them only for fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the fun people, they are more plenty than those who are serious for marriage.
Right behind me, there's even a young European girl, and she's with a young Gambian guy. These girls, they usually come here just for fun, nothing serious at all. Even the older ones, just like Sara mentioned, they aren't really looking for commitment. They're here to try something new, something different. You get the idea. These young guys sitting here are known as bumpsters. I'll tell you who they are. So, bumpsters in Gambia are those young, good-looking, unemployed, and harmless men who often form connection with female tourists. Most of these guys, aged between 20 to 30, keep themselves in great shape. I usually see them on the beach working out regularly. And these guys, they depend on female tourists, especially older women. As soon as they spot one on the beach, they approach her. They usually sit in groups, watching, waiting for an older woman. And just like that, the woman chooses her short-term partner. Older women often take on the role of sugar mommies, while young women have a different approach to finding sugar daddies. They hang out on the beach with a drink in hand, and older men notice them and make the first move. Or they meet in restaurants and clubs. This is something I keep seeing. Ever since I stepped into Gambia, it's been happening non-stop. I saw a Dutchman, probably in his 60s, walk up to a young Gambian girl sitting nearby. He casually put his hand around her waist and started talking. In just a few minutes, they left together. This is something you'll see happening quite often here. This is a restaurant, and right next to it is a resort right on the beach. Older folks live here. They come out in the morning and evening, look for a partner on the beach, and then head back to their apartment. Some stay here for a few days, some for weeks, and then they return to their home country. Here's a craft market, and from what I see, it mostly caters to tourists. Do you guys have fridge magnets? So, this one's $2.50 and that one's $1.50. Their currency is the Gambian dalasi, and $1 is currently equal to 71 Gambian dalasi. The primary language that locals here speak is Wolof, which is also common in Senegal, but the official language is English. Most people here rely on their vernacular languages, as there are many ethnic groups like Mandinka, Wolof, Fula, and more, and each with its own language, customs, and traditions, adding to the country's rich cultural heritage. While most of the population is black, these groups have distinct identities and histories. You'll find some of these ethnic groups here too, each with its own distinct language. However, most people, including the Fula and Mandinka, mainly speak Wolof. Besides that, almost everyone speaks English fluently. Just outside the restaurant, you'll see beach beds lined up, with older women relaxing on most of them.
'Cause I don't know what you're looking for. Oh, and
See this,
I
right in front of us.
don't know what to do. Hold back, let go. There is nothing more for me to show.
What's this?
That's fruits.
Massage? Oh, fruits.
Yeah,
And hair massage?
yeah.
Both on the same menu. I like it. I'm sorry.
No problem, thank you.
Thank you.
Selling before you give me 6 of this.
600?
Or you give me 5.
Bro, I'm not white. I'm black like you.
I know you're not white, you know.
I'm black. I'm Indian.
Videos, I know.
Like this?
Look at this. Some older women are sitting here, and over there, those young men are just waiting for their moment. Guys, I'm still in shoes. How can I cross? We're moving ahead, but I'm still in shoes. How do I go now? Thankfully, he said he'll take me on the boat.
Yeah,
Should I sit?
yeah, come.
Okay.
You sit that side.
Okay.
There's a leak.
Sit at the edge. Sit at the edge.
At the edge?
Yeah, at the
Okay.
edge, yeah. No, do down, do down. Do down.
We've made it, guys.
Okay.
Go back.
Thanks.
He gave me this hat for 400 dalasi, which is around $6. For the boat ride, he said, just sit, no need to pay. But I still gave him 100 dalasi from my side, about $1.50, which was a good amount for the ride.
So the young men, these bumpsters, they go and approach the elderly ladies. But how do the white men, white old men, how do they get the young Gambian women?
Yeah, because they will see the girls at the beach or
Yeah.
the club.
Yeah,
or
at the club or
working
at the
place,
beach.
yeah.
Yeah.
When they see the guy will attract them, then they will just come to talk with the girl.
Yeah.
Like they will need a part-time girl and they pay, or they will like a relationship with them.
Is there any money involved in this? Do the men pay to the women, or do these old white women pay the young men for it? Is there any money
Because
involved?
the all white lady,
Yeah.
they have been take care of the boy,
Okay.
paying house for them,
Okay.
giving them every month allowance.
Okay, there's allowance.
Yeah.
So you see, this is a well-structured setup.
So they give allowance to the young men or to the young women? It depends.
All of them.
All
both-
of them.
both.
Okay.
So the older men send allowances to the young women here. When they leave the country, do they keep sending the allowance?
Yeah. When they leave the country, sometimes they will get married to you and leave you here, and they will make sure they will buy house for you, pay apartment. Some they will rent, some they will buy house for you with a car, or they open business for you. But every month they will send you allowance. Some of them is not married; they're just relationship. But still, the man will send in allowance every month or every week.
And these old white men or old white ladies, do you think they are married back home, or are they divorced, or are
Divorce, some are divorced, some they never get married.
okay?
Yeah.
You'll find all kinds of tourists here. Some who have never been married, others who have gone through a divorce, and those who have lost their spouses. And then there are foreign married couples who come here, yet they're out looking for separate partners for themselves. Quite an interesting dynamic, isn't it? Here comes another beach, just as we cross that one. Guys, look at this. This bumpster seems like he's about to make a move on those older women. Just a hunch. See, this is how the game works. I just showed you live a bumpster in action, walking straight up to those older women. Look, he's made his move, already approaching them. Now, he'll find some way to start a conversation. And out of these women, whoever finds him attractive, she'll be the one to take him with her. Looks like he's showing interest in this woman. Maybe she will too. And if they're both interested, they'll just leave together. No questions asked. That's how things roll here, guys. See, this whole thing is so well organized. It's literally a business now. I haven't seen a single guy my age as a tourist here, but I have seen girls. Even at the resort where I'm staying, 3 European girls just arrived, really good looking. I mean, in Europe, they wouldn't have any shortage of men. So it got me thinking, why here? Yesterday, after my swim, I was just lying down on the side. Then she came over, moved a couple of beds closer, and started talking about the guys. And turns out she's here to have fun with the local boys. She kept talking and even making fun of them, saying things like, oh, he was like this, he did that, he acted this way. Then one of them asked, would you ever be in a relationship with him or expect something serious? The other one laughed and said, are you crazy? What are you even saying? And went back to mocking the guy. So in many cases, these guys actually catch feelings. But for the foreigners, it's just a temporary experience. They don't think about how deeply it might affect someone, and in the end, they just leave, leaving the locals with mixed emotions.
So these young Gambian women who get along with these old white men, they usually want a baby with the white men, right?
Yes.
They prefer to have a baby.
Yes.
But the old white men, they do not prefer to have a baby with these locals.
Exactly.
Exactly, okay.
Yeah, but and they can just came and be mixed. 2 girls, 1 more white. Like they can have a wife, and to pay responsibility or to send in their allowance, they will not do it.
Okay.
When the wife asks them for allowance, they start making a problem. When they come, they run away from their wife, go to stay in a hotel with some other girls.
Oh, okay.
Because of that one is more cheaper than the wife.
Ah, okay.
You understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Let me explain again. Older men and women come here looking for young partners. They rent them an apartment, send a monthly allowance, and while they're here, they enjoy their time together. But once they leave, there's no real connection, just money still being sent. Because even a small amount from there is a lot here in Africa. It's enough for them to live comfortably, eat well, and stay in that apartment. The condition is, whenever they return, these partners will look after them. Whatever they need, they provide. Whether it's company or even helping with daily chores. That's the arrangement. And sometimes, one partner is a bit serious, the one they've given an apartment to, while another is just for fun. If there's a fight or they're not in the mood, they just switch to the other one. And some don't even get an allowance. They just stay without any financial support. This whole thing is so twisted, I can't even begin to explain. This sex tourism industry has grown massively in Gambia. Even their government is worried. Like I mentioned, they even made a special request to the UK government asking them to stop this tourism because their country's reputation is at stake. And you know how it is. It's never just one side. The locals too see an advantage in this. What's interesting about Gambian society is that when it comes to religion, almost everyone here is Muslim, about 97%. Only around 3% to 3.5% follow Christianity. Yet their society has changed so much, it's almost collapsed over time. Many women here end up having children with 2 or even 3 different men or have been married multiple times. Here, in almost every family, you'll find at least one or two men actively involved in this whole system. It's become that common and deeply ingrained in their lifestyle. Some get really lucky. They manage to get into a serious long-term relationship with an older, well-off woman. And if she truly falls for them, which is still rare, she takes them back to her country. After some time, their visa status gets sorted out, and eventually they become a permanent resident or even a full citizen. Sometimes these men end up betraying them. Once they secure citizenship, they leave. And in very rare cases, they actually stay together forever. But the chances of that? Almost none, because there's usually a 40 to 50 year age gap between the partners. Who would really want to stay with a partner that much older? Think about it. Why would a young person spend their life with someone 50 years older? In the next 10 or 20 years, that person won't even be around. And these guys, they still have their whole life ahead.
Black, when they came here, they just play with their own sisters
Really?
and just date with them,
Yeah.
promise them. If God make them travel, when they come, they will forget about their girlfriend, look for another new girlfriend, play with their heart. That's why the guys also, they are following foreigners to be helping themselves because something, a woman needs love.
Look at him, just roaming around, standing there, watching. Maybe scouting his target. So we kicked off from Fajara Beach.
Lebato.
That's Fajara.
Then Fajara.
Then we have Kotu.
Kotu.
TB Johnson.
Okay.
Kotu, from there we are coming to Palmarima Johnson.
Palmanira.
Palmarima.
Palmarima Beach.
Yeah.
And then
Palmarima we have Pokoloko
Pokoloko Beach.
Beach. Then Pokoloko you have Senegambia.
Then we have Senegambia Beach. Okay.
So I'm showing you all the main beaches of Gambia. Right now, we're on the coast of the Atlantic Ocean. Yes, this is the Atlantic. And as I take you through this, I'm also telling you the whole story, showing you everything with proofs. Just a while ago, Sara was telling me that the young girls here usually end up with much older men. And many of these girls actually want to have a child with these men. Because once they have a child, the man gets emotionally attached. And that makes it more likely that he'll take them back to his country. So they think if they have a child, he'll get serious about them. But the men, they're clear. They're here just for fun. And if a woman manages to conceive, they consider it a big win. She was saying that all the beautiful dark-skinned women in our country don't get involved with local men here. They know that being beautiful, they'll have more demand from foreigners. So they don't marry local men. She mentioned it's a tough situation. The more beautiful women act like only a foreigner is worth taking them. The sun is blazing, but they've set up umbrellas everywhere. And right here, they...
Nah, it's the PG. Welcome to my juice bar, you know. It's nice and clean. You see how the place is perfectly clean. You guys,
What juice do you sell?
I got fruit juice. Like any fruit you want, I can make it a juice. Mango, banana, apple, plum, pineapple.
But do you have coconut water?
It's all here. You want it? Just hop in.
I can have some coconut.
Coconut water, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I would love that. Why don't you have a sip?
Thank you.
We were just walking and suddenly he approached.
Different flag, you know.
Yeah, flags of different countries.
Any different country.
Let me see. So
This will give us a clear picture of where tourists are coming from. See, Germany's flag, UK's flag, Norway's flag, America's flag, France, Italy, Denmark, and Belgium as well. You can see where the tourists are coming from. But India? Nowhere to be seen. Maybe not a common tourist destination for us. So guys, now let's talk about what do the locals actually get out of this? Why do so many get involved and how does it really benefit them? If we talk about the young men here, what do they get out of it? Well, they make money. These older women actually help them out, giving them some cash to get by, to run their homes. A lot of these men are already married to local women. They have families, kids, everything. But here's what they do. They stay married locally and at the same time, they get involved with a foreign woman. If she takes them abroad, they work there, earn what they can, and send money back to their wives and kids in this country. And as for the women here in Gambia, what do they get out of this? Well, it's pretty much the same. They receive an allowance, get money every month, usually sent from abroad. Although not everyone sends money. But if someone gets a little serious or visits frequently, they might even buy them an apartment. Tell them to stay there and keep sending an allowance. Those who visit just for a week, simply pay them for that time and move on. If they get really lucky, they get a visa, move abroad, and their life changes. Now, if we talk about what the foreigners get out of this, well, you already know. They escape their routine life and come to Gambia. Most of them are retired, so their hectic life is long gone, but they live alone, and loneliness hits hard. Here, they find the affection they've been missing. In the West, it's common. Relationships end, marriages fall apart, or people lose partners to life's turns. Some never marry. And around the world, more and more people are choosing to stay single. In youth, life is full of energy, but in old age, it slows down. No one to notice them, no kids running around, no grandkids filling the silence, but family, it keeps life alive. One day, your child takes their first step, then school, then marriage. Soon, grandkids arrive, their laughter, their little milestones. Life stays meaningful, always moving, always connected. But if you never marry, if you spend your whole life alone, there is no new life around you. Instead of growing with family, you just watch people disappear, one by one, and that loneliness only gets deeper. Over time, you lose your siblings, parents are gone, and even cousins pass away. Without children or a family of your own, there's no new life, leaving you with loneliness and depression. To fill that emptiness, they seek affection here through a partner. The benefit they get is that they receive some love, attention, and enjoyment. Some people come here just for the fun, while others come for all kinds of experiences. They get what they're looking for, like romance and companionship. So that's their advantage. So in a way, everyone benefits, but this is slowly changing the social dynamics. Many locals driven by easy and quick money are not settling down, not getting married, and even skipping education. Young boys are dropping out of school just to sit at the beach, waiting for the right opportunity to come their way. This has deeply impacted the social structure, and I truly believe it needs to slow down or even stop. The effects are visible everywhere, affecting not just individuals but entire communities. And through this video, I hope you're learning something too, that for just a little bit of pleasure, temporary romance, or short-term affection, people end up risking their entire future, and that's just not worth it. Society has become quite broken, and young girls come here to take advantage of these boys. But there's one thing, they know they'll be exploited. So they shouldn't get involved either. They know that foreign girls will come, have their fun, and then leave. The boys often get caught up, get serious, and fall in love with them. In the end, they are the ones who get exploited and taken advantage of.
So you're saying that some white men come and they find, but
They don't need a woman.
they don't need woman, they
don't
need a man.
They need man.
Oh, so they are gay.
They're gay, yes.
And the men here, do they agree?
Some they insult them, but some of them they do it in a secret way. Because they
Oh.
offer them some good thing,
Oh,
good money.
even if they are not gay.
They can because they would like to do it because of no choice. Either the married man will
Oh.
promise them house or traveling, so there will not be any choice. They have to do it, so they can have a house or car or anything.
Bye, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. Sara, how would you react if one of those old men approach you? How do you react?
For me,
Yeah.
I can be nice to them.
Yeah.
I cannot make fun with them because I cannot go with
Thank
somebody
you.
who dances.
Here's our coconut juice.
Thank you.
Strong, na?
Straw, yeah?
So you won't accept an old man?
Yeah, because if he said he's gonna help me,
Yeah.
I'll agree for that. But when the thing came for sex, I cannot go with them because they will not satisfy me. I have to say the truth, honestly. We can go to the beach, sit, have a nice dinner, everything,
Okay.
because he wanna help me.
Okay.
But when it's time for enjoyment in the bed, I cannot go with them because I will have to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Either you're gonna help or you leave because you cannot satisfy me. They only drink medicine.
Okay.
And you will not allow a man to drink medicine to be staying like 2 hours or 3 hours on top of you. It's gonna wound you. What is the enjoyment of that? He's gonna enjoy and you will feel pain. What is the use of that because of money? It's not gonna work for me. I don't know, some girls they do it, but for me, no. I know myself. If I have to deal with an old man, at the end maybe I'm more powerful than him. What about if he come and die on top of me? And they say, yes, I sex one man, he die on top of me. That's the news of the world. And I will not upset.
I'm going to tell you Sara's story now, and after hearing that story, you'll be shocked. Something similar has happened with her too, and most boys and girls have gone through this phase in their life where they've been with a foreign man or woman. Guys, on my left, there's an old woman with a very young guy, and on my right, you can see there's even a kid with her, the guy who was on my left. I mean, he was such a good-looking guy, to be honest. He was local, young guy, with an amazing body. And with him, the lady, she was in such a condition that I honestly think she couldn't even walk without support. It was clear that this wasn't a typical pairing. And here, they were lying down. What am I even seeing, man? Just look at the world. What all kinds of things exist? Look at this, guys. There are so many resorts lined up, and outside the resort, check this out. You see that woman. This old lady is taking guys' numbers. Look at that. She just got one. And now she will contact him later on. See this. It's just resorts after resorts. All perfectly lined up back to back. Step outside and right in front, there's the beach. Just relax, take in the view, and before you know it, the bumpsters will approach you. Sometimes the women make the first move.
What's this? Why would they make something like this?
Oh, look at that, guys. Seems all set. The beach is pretty nice, no doubt. You can even do a little surfing here, just enough to have some fun. So, this is one of the resorts here. We grabbed some water from this spot and just look around. People are relaxing everywhere. As much as I can see, I'm barely showing you even a fraction of it. Honestly, it doesn't feel right. People are just living their lives here. Who am I to expose them like that? That's why I'm trying to keep the recording to an absolute minimum. Did you see? There were so many people lying around outside, elderly women knitting sweaters. Seriously, some were pretty old. Along with elderly men, there were young Gambian girls, and with the women, there were Gambian boys. Some were single, not everyone had a partner, and there were also a few white couples. It's not like everyone was with Gambian girls or boys, but a mix of people. As for their intention, who knows? But most likely it's the same for everyone. After all, there's no shortage of beaches worldwide. So why Africa? Why Gambia? You can probably guess their intentions. Because a person with no such intentions wouldn't come to a place like this. Let's be honest, no one wants to be on a beach where local men or women look at them like that, approaching and disturbing them when that's not why they came. No one would choose to be in a place where their intentions are misunderstood or judged by everyone. So, definitely, I believe 99% of the people coming here, their intentions are the same. It's great, man. Everyone's playing soccer on the beach, having fun. Oh, the ball just went into the water.
Oh.
So there's this really popular restaurant and nightclub here called Rios. I actually went there for dinner. And this right here, this is the whole Rios restaurant staff. And this guy, he was the one serving us. We just met him.
Are you goalkeeping?
I'm doing the defense.
Oh, you're doing the defense.
Behind me, you can see two young European girls, and with them, a local Gambian guy. Some young girls are out too, looking for men. And just ahead, another one. Look at that. Mostly the coast guards or lifeguards you see on the beach, they end up with them. Because talking to them is easy, or sometimes they make the first move. People are lying around here too. Some lifeguards as well. And up ahead, it's the same scene. Just take a look. As you've seen by now, the beach, the restaurants, the hotels, and the resorts behind me, you don't have to look too hard to notice it. There's a certain understanding between the visitors and the locals. A cycle that repeats itself. It's almost like an unsaid agreement. There are all kinds of water sports activities here. Just look, kayaking, jet skis, and I even spotted some surfboards back there. Here it is, guys, one of their most popular and happening beaches, the famous Senegambia beach. And right in front of us, that's their most famous and busiest hotel, the Senegambia Hotel. Now, we're heading out from here, walking away from the beach area towards the main road and deeper into the city. Half the crowd's missing, mostly locals. You see the white tourists, but locals hardly visible, and it's still daytime. This one here, kind of a beachside restaurant, and now we're heading out towards the road. So over there is the Senegambia Hotel, and right parallel to it runs the main street, lined with all the popular restaurants and nightclubs. During the day, people chill around here, but around 6 or 6:30, once the sun sets, everyone heads to that street for food, for fun, and often in search of a new partner for the night. In the evening, people head there to party, to enjoy, mostly the white tourists. And after that, they go back to their apartments or hotels to sleep. Next morning, they wake up and the cycle repeats.
Sara, can you tell us about your story now?
I got married with a British guy
How many years ago?
10 to 15 years ago. I was too young anyway.
You were too young, right?
Yeah,
you were.
approaching my friend, and I was.
How old was he? The British guy?
He's around 50 something.
He was 50 something.
54, 55.
54, 55, and you were underage. You were still a kid, right?
Yeah, I was around 17, 18. That.
She was clearly underage, wasn't even an adult. And the main road is kind of far, so we're taking this dirt path here. There's a drain right alongside it. We'll have to pass through this way.
Yes, Sara. So you were underage. He was 54 or 55.
Yeah.
And then, how did the marriage happen? How did you agree to marry such an old guy?
I did not agree. I went to school. So before I come, I find out some people
Yeah.
at the house.
Yeah.
And I asked them what's going on. They told me like they have sent colonel for you. I said with who? They said with this guy named.
So
But
this
that's-
British guy paid money to your father to get married to you.
Yeah.
And then you had to agree.
Yeah, but I cannot do nothing about it. And he told me you have to teach you how to take care of a husband because I don't know what is husband or boyfriend, girlfriend.
Okay.
I only go playing from school, going up and down. When he came back to Gambia, an African village, with some guys who was staying in my father's house.
Okay.
So when I was working, they asked me to come to the hotel, and they told me, come and answer. And that day he was saying I will get a fresh meat, but I don't know the meaning of that fresh meat he was saying.
He said that you are gonna get fresh meat.
He will get fresh meat,
Okay.
but I do not know the meaning of that word. And I eat finished. The only thing I do just tell the man, can you please step outside? I want to sleep here with my friend.
Yeah.
And he said, okay. Then I saw the girls going out,
Yeah.
and the man came inside the house, but nobody helped me.
Okay.
He didn't see my half of my naked, but he's just removed my trouser, and he gets forced to me. She used something on his thing. It's just like a cream. He used that one to force on me.
So he basically forced himself on you,
Yeah,
and he drugged you to do that,
yeah. Because when I was
so that you
coming
can't resist.
there- yeah,
so you were
I
drugged,
don't
so
know after what's going on. The only thing I know,
Yeah.
when I wake, I see some blood
Okay.
under the
And
on
you-
the bed.
You were not conscious or in your complete senses when this was happening, right?
No.
Because you were drugged.
Yeah,
Okay. Basically, this man got married to you only to take your virginity.
Yeah.
And because initially you were underage, you did not agree to do it. So he basically drugged you and forced himself on you,
Exactly.
basically raping you, right?
that's what we call rape.
So, the guy spikes her food, and when she's not even in her senses, he takes advantage of her. And when he's done, he disappears, flies back to the UK permanently. You can call this a kink of some of these foreigners, a very twisted mindset. It's like they seek out young boys or girls, kids who aren't even fully grown, not even legally adults. And because of that mindset, they end up doing disgusting things. This was nothing short of rape, a horrifying, sickening act.
My family was thinking that was
Yeah.
the best thing for them if
Yeah.
I get married. At
Yeah.
least I'm the elder from the family.
Yeah.
Maybe something else can change.
You were the eldest one.
Yeah, from my father have 4 daughters, so I'm the elder.
Okay.
So he was thinking like if I get married to that man,
Yeah.
things will be better. But luckily things don't go like the way
Yeah.
we expected.
Right behind me, you can see another white woman walking with a local Gambian guy. This right here is basically the main street of Senegambia. On both sides, you've got exchange shops, restaurants, cafes, street food stalls, banks, ATMs, everything. From here, you can also find taxis easily. And in the evening, once the sun sets and it gets dark, people start heading out, walking around, exploring the town. The ones who didn't find a partner at the beach, this is where they come, still looking.
But Sara, that guy from UK, after he did all that, he left you permanently and went back to the UK?
He left the following day.
He left what?
The following day, after giving those guys money, he left to the following day.
The same day he left.
That night, but the refund he said to my mom, anyway, she's my wife, she's not my girlfriend, I have to do that
Yeah.
because he was not agreed to
Okay.
make love with me.
But the story doesn't end here. Something like this happens again.
The second time it happened with the Dutchman, right? The guy was from Holland, right? The second time.
Yeah, after
How old was he, the second man?
the third man?
Yeah.
He's, I think, the same age.
The same age. He was
Yeah.
also 54, 55.
54 to 55.
Her first marriage happened when she was just 17 or 18 to a 55-year-old British man. A few years later, she married again, this time to a man from the Netherlands when she was around 25 or 26. That British man, he left her permanently. Then the Dutch man came, also in his mid-50s. And guess what? He did the same thing to her, just left. Since then, she's never married again.